3, 2, 1, 0.
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
You're loud and clear.
Roger, we're programming and roll okay. A little bumpy along about here.
Roger. Stand by for 20 seconds.
Roger. We're smoothing out some now, getting out of the vibration area.
Roger, you're through max Q. Flight path is...
Roger, feels good through max Q and smoothing out real fine. Cabin pressure coming down by 7, okay. Sky looking very dark outside.
All Roger, reading you loud and clear, 7. Cape is go. We're standing by for you.
Roger, Cape is go and I am go. Our capsule is in good shape. Fuel 103, 102, oxygen 78,100. Cabin pressure holding steady at 5.8. Amps is 2.6. All systems are go. Indicating 6 Gs. Roger, 0 G, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous.
Roger, turnaround has started.
Roger, capsule turning around, and I could see the booster during turnaround just a couple of 100 yards behind me. It was beautiful.
Roger, 7. You have a go. At least 7 orbits.
Roger, understand go for at least 7 orbits. With Friendship 7, can see clear back a big cloud pattern way back across toward the Cape. We're all set. This is very comfortable at 0 G. I have nothing but very fine feeling. It just feels very normal and very good. Have very little dirt floating around in the capsule, just a little bit. And preparing to take xylos still at present time. This is Friendship 7. The head movements cause no sensations whatsoever. Feel fine. Reach test, I can hit directly to any spot that I want to hit. I have no problem reaching for knobs and have adjusted to 0 G very easily, much easier than I really thought I would. I have excellent vision on the charts, no astigmatism or any malfunctions at all.
What's going on, guys? So it's a little late, but I figured I would just hang out with you guys for a little bit. My daughter is asleep, my wife is asleep. We just got back from dinner with her family tonight, and this is actually, now that I'm sitting here talking to you guys, this is a little weird, right? I feel like I'm whispering to a bunch of people on the internet, which is exactly what I'm doing. But how's it going, guys? So yeah, what's going on, Eckert Slatter? Good to see you, man. Yeah, baby's snoozing. We got home a little past her bedtime. But yeah, so this is only the second time I've ever done this Lightspeed Lounge live stream. So if the music is a little too loud, if I'm a little too quiet, a little too loud, whatever, let me know. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Will Thompson, JJ, Ricky Garcia, Tom Baker, Connor Stearman, Everything Star Wars, Eggs Benedict, Sheev Palpatine. What's going on, guys? Bro, I took some L's in the comment section of today's video. What? Oh, my video? Oh, it happens, man. No biggie. Dude, whenever I upload... Eckert, whenever I upload a video like that, I know I'm gonna take a subscriber hit. But this time around was like the first time I've ever uploaded a video like that where I know I'm just gonna get pushback, but I actually gain subscribers. Incredible. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, this is only the second time I've ever done this layout before. Basically, I went into my Subaru Crosstrek. I put my camera in there, I hit record, and I looped myself listening some tunes. But yeah, guys. I've given you a hard time on Twitter a few times lately regarding how you talk about TLJ fans and shit. I'm not here to argue about it or justify, just to tell you I'm a big fan and appreciate your content. Well, I appreciate that, Joshua. I don't talk about TLJ fans. What? Well, first of all, talk about TLJ fans? What do you mean? I like TLJ. No. Let's see. Hey, are you going to finish Rebels? Maybe after Clone Wars? Have you watched it and haven't made a video? Yes, Will. My plan after Clone Wars is to watch Rebels. I've only seen the first season of Rebels. I really enjoyed it, but I have to say, like, I'm halfway through the Clone Wars right now, and the Clone Wars, to me at least, so far is a much better show. Granted, I've only seen the first season of Rebels. I'm sure, people have... I've had basically everything spoiled, right? It's kind of impossible. It's kind of impossible not to have everything spoiled. But from what I've heard, the final episode of Rebels is kind of a mindfuck. And I'm super pumped for it. But yeah, so I only have like about halfway through the Clone Wars right now, and then after the Clone Wars, I'll get to Rebels. I'm not too sure how long that'll take me. It'll probably be a good while, but yeah. Do you think Clone Wars coming back will save Star Wars? Everything Star Wars. I don't think Star Wars needed saving. The thing is, man, everything Star Wars. What's up, man? It's kind of funny, like, to hear people act like this is the first time people in general have said Star Wars is dead. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I was 13 in 1999 when The Phantom Menace came out, and I remember people saying that kind of shit. Like, oh, it sucks. Star Wars is dead. What? Nah. Star Wars didn't need saving. Have you seen American Sniper? Also, why won't you do a Gravity Falls review? Oh, one second.
TCW is better than Rebels, but Rebels is El Dopo.
El Dopo. What's up, Sally? Give me one sec, man. Why won't I do a Gravity Falls review? I didn't hear of it until you mentioned it in last stream, and there's a lot of Star Wars content to cover, right? So, and this is a Star Wars channel, and yep, I've seen American Sniper. It's okay. And Sully Hogs. The Clone Wars is better than Rebels, but Rebels is El Dopo. First of all, thank you so much for the first... why is my headset cutting out? Why the hell is my headset cutting out? This is Logitech. I don't know what it is, man. Do not buy a wireless headset. I've only had trouble with wireless headsets. I position the receiver like on my desk. It just constantly cuts out. Download new drivers. Go into the notepad file for the actual, I don't know, data of the headset itself. Change numbers around like people say to on the internet. Fuck this Logitech headset. Fuck it. But Sully, long story short, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. The Clone Wars is better than Rebels, but Rebels is El Dopo. Yeah, from what I've seen of both show, and granted I've only seen the first season of Rebels and half of the Clone Wars, I like the Clone Wars more as of right now. That being said, I've just seen a lot more of it. And I'm sure Rebels... See, Rebels to me feels like a more polished show. It feels more like a... I don't know, it just feels like a more polished show. Granted, it's a Disney show. It's got probably a bigger backing. Maybe that's not true. But it just feels like a more polished show. And maybe I'm in the minority when it comes to that, but it does to me at least. But, Sully, I appreciate the channel support, man. And it's good to see you. Let me turn up the music in my own headset. Rebels tells a more serialized story. That's absolutely true. Maybe that's why I kind of enjoyed it narratively a little more than Clone Wars. The Clone Wars, when I found out there was a chronological order, that's instantly when I wanted to start watching it.
It's been a while since I've been able to tune into a stream. Anyways, what has been the most fascinating thing to you lately?
Star Wars Media, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate it. It's good to see you. Been a while since I've been able to tune into a stream. Well, I've only recently, within the past couple weeks, gotten back into like a regular scheduled streaming schedule. For a while there, I was just kind of... Well, my wife went back to work about a month ago, just about a month ago. So I am the work at home, stay at home, whatever the hell you want to call it, dad, who does YouTube and some freelance stuff on the side. And I'll tell you, the first 2 weeks where she was back to work, I didn't get a goddamn thing done. I maybe streamed once in 2 weeks. I maybe uploaded 2 videos in 2 weeks. But these past 2 weeks have been kind of a nice scheduling block. I've kind of figured out when I can work on stuff, when I can stream, when I can do all that kind of stuff. So it's been a while since I've been able to have people tune into me. Let's just say that, Star Wars Media. But I'm getting back into a schedule now. And these little silly-ass live streams that I'm doing right now, where I'm kind of talking low and slow into the microphone, trying not to wake everybody up in the house, might become a regularly scheduled thing. Because I love listening to this music. I love my stream overlay. Yeah, I don't know. But Star Wars Media, thank you so much. Let me actually, I didn't pull up a thing. I can't read the rest of yours. Let me pull up Streamlabs. Okay, you said, anyways, what has been the most fascinating thing to you lately? First of all, good job, dude, your trip. Holy shit, I was jealous, man. Well, I'm so jealous of your trip. It's just like a once in a life. Well, don't make it once in a lifetime. Everybody says, oh, this is a once in a lifetime trip. Fuck that shit. More than once in a lifetime. Always more than once in a lifetime. But your trip looked amazing. You got that one night shot. I saw a lot of your shots. They looked really sharp. But that one night shot, that was awesome. You got the was it technically a geyser, right? Going off with the Milky Way in the background. Holy shit, that was an awesome shot. Anyway, the most fascinating thing to me lately, not necessarily in my life, but I was listening to, God, who was it? I was listening to somebody talk about light sails. I think they were basically these like couple centimeter across, really they're spaceships, would be propelled by photons. Am I really going to talk about this? Yeah. But basically, the gist of this would be, you have these tiny spaceships that have these light sails on them, and they're propelled by photons, and you can just get them so fast, close to the speed of light, but not quite to the speed of light. And you could possibly get one of these little ships, these little couple centimeter big ships, to Proxima Centauri, which is the closest kind of star system to our sun, our star. And you could get it there maybe in 100 years if you propelled it fast enough. And then after that, you could take pictures with this little couple centimeter big spacecraft, send the photos back to Earth at the speed of light, and it would take about 4 years, I believe, for the photos to get here at the speed of light from Proxima Centauri. So, I don't know, it's just fascinating. That's basically the most fascinating thing that I've heard lately. And I think the second light sail 2, what is it called? Is it light sail? Is that what it's called? Let me look it up. Light sail. It's probably not what it's called. Falcon Heavy. I think it's launching on a Falcon Heavy. Oh, what is that called? God damn it. I'm sorry, guys. Lightspeed.
I don't know. Why
What is it called? Somebody help me.
What are your thoughts on fan edits of the SW movies? Have you seen any of them before?
Hey, Jared Pearson, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the continued support. Give me one sec. Oh, yeah, it is Light Sail 2. Light Sail 2. Dude, it's just fascinating to me. Look it up. Light Sail 2. The potential of that technology in the future. We're just seeing the birth of so many awesome technologies.
That late night voice of pure silk comes up, and I feel the late nights with you, bro. I'm doing a night flight for 5 hours, starting at 12, which is a fun first. Thanks for holding me over till then, lol. That's pretty badass, Luke. That's pretty badass. Give me one sec. But Jared Pearson, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. The robot read it, and I'm gonna read it too. Is the music too loud? Am I too quiet? I don't know. Let me know. What are your thoughts on fan edits of the Star Wars movies? Have you seen any of them before? Yep, I've seen
Harmy's despecialized editions. I've seen Adawan's Revisited, Star Wars Revisited. I've seen what is it called? The Phantom Edit. And I appreciate all of them. They're like a labor of love, right? They're labor of passion. And I think all of the creators of those would admit that. Well, I don't know how to word it, but my overall thoughts on the fan edits, I think they're super important, and I don't think we should look at fan edits as kind of critiques on the movies themselves. I think we should look at them as their own little like art projects, you know what I mean? It's like God, I don't know how to describe it. But there's something about a fan edit, Jared, that you watch it and you can just see the love of the subject matter when they make it, you know? That being said, man, like whenever I have a choice to watch a fan edit or the actual official release, for whatever reason, I always go with the official the official release. I don't know why. I think it's something about having the box art sitting on my shelf, or there's something that brings me back to like opening up that Ninja Turtles.
I don't know.
Box.
Fly casual.
Oh shit! One second.
He's the best dude.
Oh hell yeah! Absolutely. I'm just addicted to this kind of shit lately. Like, this is what I listen to. This kind of stuff on deployment, Hammock, the album Leaf. I've only recently, within the past maybe 6 months, gotten into this kind of space wave, synthwave stuff, and it's all I listen to. It's all I listen to when I write. It's the best video writing music ever. But Eckert's Ladder, thank you so much, man. Give me 1 sec. But yeah, Jared, I appreciate all the fan edits, and it's kind of funny. The first time I ever walked out of the Last Jedi, the first time I ever saw it, my first thought was, you know what I mean? I would like to have a fan edit of that. I would like to see it chopped down and a little lean. But yeah, I would love to make my own. I don't know the legality of that. I say I would love to make my own. I just don't have the goddamn time for it. I wish I did. But yeah, man, thank you so much for the continued support. I really appreciate that. And Luke Fredericks, well, you guys are up super late with me. I say super late. I was laughing about it earlier. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a late night stream like around 9 o'clock. And then in my head, I'm like, 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock? It's only 10:45, and I don't know, it's crazy. But Luke Fredericks, thank you so much for the channel support and the super chat donation. Dude, that late night voice is pure silk. I'm worried that you guys can't hear me, and I feel like I sound like a fucking goon. And Luke goes on to say, and I feel the late nights with you, bro. I'm doing a night flight for 5 hours starting at 12, which is a fun first. Thanks for holding me over till then. Yeah, anytime. I'm going to start doing these on a regular basis, but a night flight for 5 hours starting at midnight. I don't know if that would be... Is that I'm assuming that's a solo flight. Midnight. So midnight to 5. I'll keep an eye out in the chat. I'm just curious about kind of how does that work? Is that just training? But I've never... Golly... 5 hours. I guess, I've thought about my brother-in-law is in pilot school right now with the Coast Guard, and I've talked to him about it, and my first question to him was, is it easier than he thought, or is it harder than he thought? And he said it was easier than he thought. I kind of feel like once you get the basic, the hang of it down, you get a function for the machine, you understand, a basic knowledge of it, then after a few flights, you kind of have the basics down, and it's like driving a car, right? You kind of have the basics down. Your number one enemy, and this goes with probably anything, especially dangerous things, where you're in control of a machine, is complacency. Complacency is your worst enemy in a situation like that, when you're flying 5 hours from midnight to 5 in the morning. complacency. But yeah. Yeah, Luke, I'm glad I can keep you a little company before you have to jet out. But I appreciate that channel support, man. Oh, the music could be a little quieter? Okay. Everybody agree? I can turn it down a little bit. How about there? Boop. I guess, you know, it's different. I went back and listened to my last stream like this on my speakers, and then I listened to it on my headset. And the difference between music, I guess, volume in both, I guess it was the mixing, I don't know, between headset and speakers was just way different. Way different. Anyway. Ecker's Ladder, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I absolutely, I asked him for permission before I used his tunes. Everybody on this list I asked permission before, because I didn't want to, I don't know, I want to make sure that they're cool with it, but yeah, man, I love it. Like I said earlier, like this shit is this kind of music is my #1 go-to, like writings. Whenever I write a video, rest assured that I have my headset on and I am blasting this kind of music at 100, and it just puts me in the mood to write. It's really hard to explain. I don't know why. I think it's, you know, stuff without lyrics, stuff that kind of has an atmosphere to it. It gets me in I don't know, a creative mood. It's hard to explain. There's a lot of good mixes out there on like Pulse 8. There's a YouTube channel called Pulse 8, and if you have a chance, you know, subscribe to them. They have incredible mixes that I love listening to when I work. But yeah, also everybody, Eckert's Ladder needs no introduction, but you should absolutely. His channel has exploded, and it's so fucking cool to see. But everybody should go subscribe to his channel ASAP. Really unique, cool channel. I dig it. Kind of like just diagrams of like battles and shit like that. It's really cool concept. And he's one of those guys that I was talking about last stream, where his like knowledge of lore is like unbeatable. And I always get asked, like, you know, why don't you do more lore videos? And then I sit back and I'm like, dude, there are YouTube channels like Eckert's Ladder and Molly and Alex from Star Wars Explained, and even Star Wars Ramblings, you know, from giant channels to small channels that do lore videos light years better than I could ever do them. But yeah, Eckert, I appreciate the channel support, and I hope everything is going well with the soon-to-be baby, the soon-to-be mother and father. It's exciting times, man. It's mind-blowing. We, dude, I mean, like, even in the middle of the night, right, she'll wake up and she'll need to be changed. And I pick her out of her crib, and she just starts fucking smiling at me. And, like, my heart, it's so cute that I want to bite the inside of my cheek and just rip my goddamn cheeks off. I don't know how to explain it. It makes no sense. But she's just, it just makes zero sense. But yeah, I'm excited for you, man. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Greedo's voice is so soothing. Well, I'm trying to be quiet. Welcome to WJCT, the hit kicker, playing all your classic 60s and Oh, that sounds gross, right? I need a sip of water.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Hey, travel question. I'm going to Florida on Friday, and I'm wondering something. Do you have to go through Jacksonville to get to Gainesville?
Sully Hogs, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Hey, travel question. I'm going to Florida on Friday, and I'm wondering something. Do you have to go through Jacksonville to get to Gainesville? No. Well, it depends on. Well, let me look at a map real quick. I know Gainesville is kind of on the way to, let's see, Jacksonville, Gainesville. You don't, yeah, see, okay. yeah, this is the way I would have gone. Well, I guess it depends. Interesting. I guess it depends. I wouldn't have come through 95. It depends. 95 cuts straight through Jacksonville going south. And then it looks like you're actually would probably have to get off on 200. Or if you go 75 all the way to Gainesville, and it's basically a straight shot. I guess it depends on how. I guess it depends on where you're coming from. But you probably. I doubt your GPS would take you through Jacksonville. I highly doubt it. Maybe it would. See, the way I have always gone to Jacksonville is or Gainesville rather, is completely like back roads through Stark. I don't know if you're familiar with the area, like Stark and Waldo and stuff like that. Yeah, it depends on where you're coming from. You don't have to go through Jacksonville. I would almost like recommend not, unless you want to, I don't know, see Jacksonville for the first time if you haven't ever seen it. But yeah, it all depends on which way you're coming from, man. Have you ever been to Gainesville though? Like basically almost all of my really, really good friends went to Florida, our Gators, and I used to, when I first joined the Navy, they were all down in Gainesville going to college, and I got stationed in Jacksonville, my fucking hometown, go figure, right? And I would like every weekend, whenever I had liberty, I would go visit my buddies in Gainesville, and it was a shit show. It was so much fun, man. So much fun. You're gonna have a good time. I'm taking I-70 and merging onto 95. I haven't seen it actually. Let me see. I'm looking at I-70.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Anyways, I gotta scoot to do my pre-flight checks, but I'll see ya around. We'll have to play some Rainbow Six Siege or something sometime. MTFBWY, dude.
Luke Fredericks, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. The robot read it, and I'm going to read it too. Anyways, I got to scoot to do my pre-flight checks, but I'll see you around. We'll have to play some Rainbow Six Siege or something sometime. May the force be with you, dude. Absolutely. Be safe out there, and have fun, man. I'm pretty envious of that. I think that just seems like such an awesome, right now, Luke, I'm just picturing flying through the night sky, listening to some of this kind of music, just like I don't know, turn off all the cockpit lights, turn off everything, and just kind of fly through the night sky, listen to some tunes. It would be awesome. It would be awesome. But enjoy it, man. And yeah, we'll have to hook up like a Rainbow Six Siege stream or match or something soon. Yeah, actually re-downloaded No Man's Sky because everybody was telling me about this huge patch. I guess it includes multiplayer now, so I'm pretty pumped to see it. But yeah. But I appreciate it, Luke. I really do. And have fun out there, man.
Hello, Bob Ross Greedo, lol. What director would you pick to direct your Star Wars movie if you had one?
Bob Ross Greedo. What the hell? Am I painting? Am I painting in the car? One sec, man. Take it easy, Luke. Good to see you, man.
Fly casual.
Can I tag and post our video on my channel? Shout out.
Hey, everything Star Wars. Thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. Oh, shit. I tried to avoid songs with lyrics in them. As much as I love that song. One sec, everything Star Wars. Well, long story short, yes, absolutely. Go for it. 100%. But give me 1 second. Sorry guys, I was reading something. Where was I? Timothy Goodfella. Thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support on this almost 11 o'clock p.m. Lightspeed Lounge live stream. Hello, HelloGreedo. LOL. What director would you pick to direct your Star Wars movie if you had one? If I could pick any director to direct a Star Wars movie, it would be Danny Boyle. And if you haven't seen a Danny Boyle movie, you probably have, but you didn't even know it if you don't know Danny Boyle. He directed 28 Days Later. He directed 127 Hours. He directed Sunshine. He directed what's the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire movie? Slumdog Millionaire. He directed Trainspotting. And I just love his visual storytelling style. He's a very visual storyteller, filmmaker. I've loved all of his movies. 127 Hours is in my top 5, or at least top 10 all-time favorite movies. 127 Hours, for me, is really hard to beat. So yeah, if I could pick any director to yes, I think he is Trim. Oh shit, my headset keeps cutting out. That doesn't fuck you guys up, right? When my headset cuts out, you don't hear anything connecting. Whatever. Yeah, I forgot about that, Sully. Yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, Danny Boyle is directing the next James Bond film. So I've been saying this probably for a couple of years now, that if I wanted somebody to direct a Star Wars movie, I would pick Danny Boyle. Because I think he would just bring a really unique and interesting kind of, just a new visual style, a really unique visual style to a Star Wars film. That being said, will it ever happen? Doubt it. I mean, I'll never say never, because we're going to have Star Wars movies until we're all dead, right? So eventually they're going to have to, I guess, throw Danny Boyle in there. But yeah, if I had to pick a director to direct a Star Wars movie, it would be Danny Boyle, 100%. I'm going to look at his IMDb. I mean, I named a lot, but I'm sure I'm missing a lot too. He directed Steve Jobs. I saw that. I forgot about that one. Yeah, he's directing the 25th Bond film. He directed Frankenstein. Which Frankenstein? A Frankenstein with Benedict Cumberbatch? What? Oh, it's a theater. Oh, that's theater. Okay. Interesting. Oh, guys. This song that's playing is by a guy, super nice guy. He basically gave me his album, and he created the soundtrack for this game on Steam. It's like $2. It's called Galactic Delivery. I haven't picked it up yet, but this is from the soundtrack of that game. And let me look it up. Galactic Delivery. It just looks like it's like a top-down Galactic Delivery. It's kind of like a top-down 8-bit looking game that looks like something I would love to play on my couch with Steam Link and just veg out. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to mention that. And everything Star Wars. Thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Can I tag and post your video on my channel? Shout out. Absolutely. Yeah, that's yeah, if you ever want to tag my video or use clips and, I don't know, tell me I'm an asshole. It's kind of funny. Like, I've had people rip my clips, put them on their own channel, and like do critiques of my videos, and then they'll keep making videos where, like, why haven't you addressed my video? Why haven't you? HelloGreedo still hasn't addressed my video. And I'm sitting there, like, people will start to tweet me, like, you haven't addressed such and such. And I'm like, what? I've never even heard of the channel. You expect me to just know whenever anybody ever mentions me in a fucking video on the internet? Jesus Christ, people. But yeah, everything Star Wars. Please do. Yeah, please do. If that helps you kickstart a video, or if that helps you kind of get the ball rolling on something you want to talk about, feel free, man. Keepvid.com. Do it to it. But I appreciate that channel support. Hope everything's going well with you. This stream is just beautiful. I want to stay forever, cruising across space with Greedo at the helm, traveling to a galaxy that never gets any closer. This is just great. That boy. Well, I mean, if you were traveling at the speed of light, man, at the speed of light, it probably would not look any much faster than this to get to another galaxy. Let's see. The Andromeda Galaxy is how many? 2 million light years away, right? Andromeda Galaxy from Milky Way. Why doesn't that automatically pop up? I thought that would pop up. Okay, so the Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million light years from Earth. 2.5 million light years. That means going at the speed of light, dat boy, at the speed of light to get to Andromeda, the closest neighboring galaxy to our galaxy. It would take 2.5 million years at the speed of light, which I think is 168,000 miles a second. I believe 168,000 miles a second. I could be wrong. So this stream is actually pretty accurate on how it would look. If we're traveling at the speed of light right now, 2.5 million years from I don't know, it's kind of neat, huh? No, I don't know if that's the Andromeda Galaxy or not. I don't think Andromeda's a spiral. That's just some, I don't know. I just found the best Hubble telescope galaxy photo that would look best for the stream. But yeah. CN 2.5 million years. Okay, 186. Is that what I said, or did I flip that? 168, 186, I can't remember. Yeah. Oh, maybe I said hours. Little Freudian slip. 2.5 million year stream when. That's what I should call these streams, huh? Heading to Alpha Centauri, CN 2.5 million years. Sorry guys, that's exactly what I want to hear. Somebody drinking on stream, huh? Where are all HG's babies? I have one baby. Except you. Keep cool, my baby. She's asleep. She's asleep. What time is it for Greedo? It is 11:05 p.m. 11:05 p.m. Yep. Will I have seen Interstellar? I need to see it again. I mean, I really enjoyed it when I first saw it, but it's one of those things where I saw it opening night, and I need to see it again. Yeah. When it comes to kind of space exploration movies, I mean, granted, I love science fiction movies like that. I love Sunshine. I even love Event Horizon, which, I mean, most people would probably think it's a shitty movie. I like Event Horizon, even though Sunshine majorly copied it, I think. Yeah, whenever I go for space exploration movies, I generally tend to stick to historic exploration movies like Apollo 13 or The Right Stuff. And oh my god, have you guys seen the trailer for First Man? Holy shit. First Man looks amazing. Amazing. But yeah. Is the thumb on a loop? How did you do that? I need an explanation on the thumb, Death Star Mike. Okay, Death Star Mike, you want me to tell you how I did this? Alright, my layout, this is basically what I did. So, I took my camera, my Canon 60D on a tripod and put it in the back seat, wide angle lens, and I videoed myself tapping my thumb for maybe about 20 seconds, just boom, boom, boom. And then I took that 20 seconds of footage, I made just a freeze frame of one frame, and I turned that into the car, and I turned that into myself sitting there. And really the only reason I took a video rather than a photo was for that thumb, because the only video in this entire thing is the thumb. And then I took the best, like, 2 seconds of me thumb tapping, and I just looped it for a minute. Boom. That's it. Just boom, 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 boom. So yeah, it's just a loop. Oh, and then the stars. It's a Starfield like built-in effect in After Effects, and you can kind of manipulate it the way you want. And then the galaxy back there is a galaxy from Hubble. A Hubble Space Telescope photo, and I don't remember exactly which. Let me see if I have actually. AMD 3 INF. Let's see. AMD 3 INF. Is that right? No. Oh, that is Andromeda. Okay, that's the Andromeda galaxy. Cool. It's just it's an infrared image rather than yeah. So that's an infrared image of the Andromeda galaxy. Cool. I made it a little more purple too, just to fit the theme. But yeah. The thumb is synced with the music. Cole. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It depends on the song, and it depends on when the song starts. But it's kind of interesting because you kind of watch the thumb bounce up and down, and it kind of goes along with the music most of the time. Maybe it's just in your head, but it's kind of neat. At what age do you want to show Star Wars to your daughter? Will you show her the Clone Wars? Pink Love. That's tough. I don't know what age. I mean, what age did you guys see Star Wars? See, for me, I've thought about this. I don't have a time in my life when Star Wars wasn't a part of it. So it's kind of... I don't even remember the first time I saw it. I don't know how old I was. I must have been super young because it's never been not in my life. So I don't know. Technically, she's already seen a Star Wars movie. Technically. There was one time a couple months ago where she was just like inconsolable, screaming bloody murder, just pissed off, I guess, I don't know. And I turned on The Force Awakens and her head kind of like tilted, and then she started watching it, and I was like, okay, all right, she's being calm, I'll let her watch The Force Awakens. So, I mean, pretty young, I would say like 5 or 6, right? For me at least, I don't know. PC versus console gaming, Winged Goonie. I've always preferred PC gaming. I mean, since the time I was 12 or 13, I've had my own PC, probably younger than that, and I've just always been into PC gaming, always. Yeah, and the thing is, like Winged Goonie, PC versus console, I've always viewed console gaming as kind of, and granted, it's affordable. It's affordable. It makes more sense, affordability-wise, consumer-wise, right? But I've kind of always viewed console gaming as almost holding back the industry for a long time, because you went from Xbox 360 to the Xbox One. How many years was that? I don't know. Let's see. God damn it. Xbox 360 release date. November 2001. Xbox One release date. Wow. So that was 12 years. 12 years apart. The Xbox 360 came out, and then the Xbox One came out 12 years apart. For 12 years, a lot of developers were working with this old technology that was just slowly getting outdated and outdated and outdated. Imagine if you, as a PC gamer, had the same rig for 12 fucking years. Imagine. So I've just always kind of viewed console gaming as much as it makes more sense than PC gaming, affordability-wise, consumer-wise, even development-wise, because it's cheaper in the long run. You know, I've always kind of viewed it as continuously holding back progress until, you know, they're holding it back, and holding it back, and then 12 years later, boom, you know. That's just me. That's just me and my dumb PC gaming brain, I suppose. Favorite book or piece of literature? Schradester 8. Yeah, that's right, Fat Bayman. Yeah, I apologize. I messed that up, but still, you get the gist. Yeah, that makes more sense. Shit, what did I just read? Oh, Schrader. Favorite book. My favorite book of all time is Carl Sagan's Pale Blue Dot. It's not a fiction book. It's kind of Carl Sagan's, who's an astronomer. He died in the 90s, I believe. Let's see. This stream is just HelloGreedo looking shit up. Yeah, he died in 96, but he was an author, an astronomer, cosmologist, and he wrote a lot of books. I own all of them, I believe. But he wrote one called Pale Blue Dot, and that has always been just my favorite book. Love it through and through. But other than that, if we're talking fiction, I mean, I'm sure it's 100% cliche, but 1984 has always been one of my favorite books. But then there's books like A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. His little stint on the Appalachian Trail, really good book. Recently, I read a book called The Naturalist, and it's a murder mystery kind of. It's a really good book. I bought it, or I got it for free on my Kindle, and I was blown away. It was really good. There's a sequel to it I want to read. And then I read Last Shot, the Han Solo book. Then I read John McCain's Restless Wave book, which was good. And then I'm currently reading Thrawn. And I'm slowly getting through that. I'm kind of reading like a chapter every couple days. Whenever it's like my turn to rock my daughter, I'll read a chapter and then hop in bed and maybe finish the chapter, read another chapter. But yeah. Have you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide? No, I've never read Hitchhiker's Guide. Never read it. I would love to. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, formerly Rodline. I've never read Brief History. I've never read it, man. I used to work in a bookstore, and that was always the cover. I fell in love with the cover. It's a beautiful cover, but I have always wanted to read it. And you know what? I forgot that book existed. I might pick it up. It might be the next book I read after Thrawn. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Didn't the James Cameron story of science fiction come out with a show too? Isn't it a TV show too? Maybe not. Lightspeed Lounge episode 2. Greedo looking up shit. There you go. You're in for a treat, Greedo. Thrawn is great. It really shows how passionate Timothy was about the character Timothy's on. I'm about the Kindle. If you guys don't have a Kindle, it shows you the percentage of the book that you're through. I'm at about 33%, I think. Yeah, and I'm loving it so far. Wait, who said that? Oh, that boy. Yeah, it reminds me of an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. so far, the Thrawn book. You have this like guy going through the ranks. It's real. I don't know. It's really interesting. Really interesting. Yeah. This is my first Lightspeed Lounge, and holy shit, it's so fucking chill. I love it. This is only the second time I've done this, man, but it's slowly becoming like one of my favorite things on the channel. I love the overlay. I love the music. It's just fantastic. I like hanging out. Yeah. No, I've never been fly fishing. I haven't fished, Cole, in... Golly. I mean, I don't know when the last time I fished was. I don't even remember. I might have been in... I mean, I can remember the last time I can remember fishing. I was probably 12, maybe 13, maybe younger than that even. In Ohio, on my grandparents' piece of property, they had a pretty big lake, and we would fish. That's honestly the last time I remember fishing. Yeah. Does that thumb ever get tired? Nice. Can you share the playlist, Pablo? That's a really good idea, man. Yeah. Yes, I'm trying to think of the best way to do that, Pablo. I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. Yeah, I'll take some screenshots. I'll definitely do that. How did you come up with the name Lightspeed Lounge? Originally, I had it was the Late Night Lounge, and that was the original graphic, the Late Night Lounge. And then I wanted to just make it spacey, and I just, Lightspeed Lounge. I don't know, I was just thinking about it. And then I Googled Lightspeed Lounge, and turns out it's some shit. Yeah, the Lightspeed Lounge has a fucking Wikipedia article. The Lightspeed Lounge was located on Spaceport THX-113K, 1138, located on level 5 of the station's X-Wing. Like, what? Okay. So this thing that I thought I was super clever in making up for the first time, like I thought this was like the first time anybody has ever thought of Lightspeed Lounge. Turns out it's a fucking spaceport on THX-1138, which is a fucking audio company made by Lucas. Whatever, people will know for this, right? Oh well. Greedo, you should really think of publishing a book. I'll buy it no matter what it's about, that boy. Hopefully I'll have my book published, self-published by September. I've been writing it for 2 years. It's just all over the place, man. I got like 140 pages so far. It's about YouTube. It's about me, my life. I hate writing about myself. It's kind of funny, like, these live streams are the only time that I ever talk about myself. Otherwise, I don't like talking about myself. It's like, I don't know. But, shit, hold on. Let me, I need, all those songs. There we go. Let's get some more. There we go. I'm assuming it's ULAS. Really good stuff. I love it. You ever play Mass Effect? Game is amazing. Hardcore hammy. I've only played the first Mass Effect and Andromeda. I had a lot of hours in Mass Effect, and then somehow I lost the save file on my Xbox 360, and then I just never played it again. And then I bought it on the PC and I played it for a couple hours. But it was one of those kind of things where, you know, you put so many hours into something, like 10 hours into something, and then you lose everything and you just get demoralized. You don't feel like going back into it, right? That being said, I actually downloaded on Steam when I got my Steam Link and my Steam controller, and my plan is to play Mass Effect on my couch with my Steam Link. It just seems fun. But what I've played of it, the first one, I loved. And it just seems like something that's right up my alley, right? Yeah. What? Schrader, I've known my wife for, golly, I've known her, well shit, I'm 32 now. I've known her since I was about 16 or 17. And we've been together for a decade. We've been together for 10 years. Do you think Clone Wars will go for more than 12 episodes? I hope they adapt Dark Disciple. Venture story should be in the show and not only in a book. Pablo. Do I think it'll go for more than 12 episodes? Golly, I don't know. I hadn't even thought about that. See, if I had the choice, Pablo, between, let's say, a show like, I'm trying to think, a show, I don't know, like House of Cards, right? House of Cards. Well, how many, let's see. Well, I think there were 10 episodes per season, right? Well, let me see. Sorry guys, I'm looking something up. Okay, yeah, so like a show like House of Cards or even Game of Thrones, they have 10 episodes per season, I think, and they're all good. They're all good. You have them focused, you have them packaged perfectly. They're short and sweet. You do what you need to do, you say what you need to say, you make a good, solid 10 episode season. Boom, you're done. No filler, no bullshit. And then you have a show like Lost. And as much as I enjoyed Lost, you don't need 25 or 30 fucking episodes in a season. You're just mulching over the same shit. You're just, it's obvious you're pumping out filler. I'm sure the executives are telling you, oh, we need 25 episodes. Do you have 25 episodes to write? Yes, I'll write 25 episodes. Okay. I mean, the quality over quantity is kind of the new game in television, you know? Like, I would much rather have a Clone Wars season, a new season with 10 episodes that are just fucking awesome, rather than 20 episodes, 25 episodes that are, okay, that was okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, this lounge is awesome. It's so relaxing for me while I work on my art. Shark Diver, nice. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. I'm actually about to hop off in 2 minutes. But yeah, I love doing these now. Now, I earlier, I hope I'm not too loud, but earlier I started talking on the mic, like testing. I was like, test, test, test. And then I walked into my bedroom where my wife was, and she gave me a thumbs up, saying that I wasn't too loud. She couldn't even hear me. So hopefully that's still the case. Because my office backs right up to our bedroom where she's sleeping and my daughter's sleeping. And the walls are paper thin. Our house was built like 1945. And I don't have any like soundproofing in my office, so I'm trying to be super quiet. But yeah, these Lightspeed lounges. First of all, when I first made this layout, this overlay with me in the car and the stars flying by and going to the galaxy, I couldn't stop watching it. I don't know why. I just loved the look of it so much. But yeah, it's cool. Oh, that's true, hardcore hammy. That's true. How about 10 episodes, an hour long each? There we go. There we go. How long did this overlay take to make, dat boy? The longest part was trying to think of what I wanted the Lightspeed Lounge to look like. Like, the thought process of creating it took longer than actually creating it. Because once I kind of got the idea down and basically jotted it down in my brain of what I wanted to do, it was a basically smooth sailing. That being said, like, yeah, I just basically videoed myself in the car, created the starfield effect, got an 80s grid down there in the dash, found a Hubble infrared image of Andromeda Galaxy, and then, yeah, it was pretty smooth sailing. And then I wanted to figure out the best kind of like layout for the now playing, the Welcome to the Fleet, the latest Super Chatter, the Super Chatter of the Week, the Stream Boss, all the stuff, you know, because there's one thing that I don't really like. Whenever I go on a live stream, sometimes it's just so goddamn cluttered, you know, the overlay is just so, oh, you hear that SH-60 Bravo flying over my house. Shaking the house, actually. Jesus, they're low. It's a Seahawk helicopter. There we go. Navy Town. So yeah, I just sometimes, you know, you go on a stream and all the layout just looks like every other layout, right? And I don't know. I want my channel to kind of just also be my graphic design project, you know what I mean? Have fun with it. Make it a little piece of art rather than just, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. Will you be going to Celebration 2019, or are you passing on it? I think I heard that you went to Orlando, but I can't remember. You know, I really don't know if I'll end up going or not.
Oh, fly casual.
Sorry to bug you. Future of Star Wars. Your thoughts?
Everything Star Wars. Thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. No, you're not bugging me at all, man. I really appreciate that channel support. I went to go take a sip of water and I'm all out. Give me one sec though. Give me one sec. I feel like, oh yeah, I don't think I'll be going to Celebration at the moment. I don't think I will. Around that time, I'll have like a wedding to go to, a bachelor party to go to. I'll also have my daughter's birthday I think it's the same weekend. She'll be 1. So at the moment, I don't think I'll end up going. I did go to one day of Orlando Star Wars Celebration, and it was fun. I had a really good time, but we waited in like 4 hours of lines. And you know, it's kind of the same deal with San Diego Comic-Con. It looked like fun. But you know, being at home is a lot of fun too. And I guess I'm just getting old and I'm just getting cranky, and I'd rather just kind of like, I don't know, I'd rather watch the football game on my couch than go to the stadium, basically, is what I'm saying, you know. But yeah, and everything Star Wars, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support as I try to keep quiet for the baby. Sorry to bug you, future of Star Wars, your thoughts? I kind of think they're going to dial things back a little bit. Not saying they're not going to have a lot of things in the hopper and a lot of things planned in the future, because obviously they do. But I think they're going to space things out, right? After the sequel trilogies is completed, I think it's going to take a few years, maybe I'm just saying what I hope happens.
I don't know.
Oh, one second.
Fly casual.
Use this to buy a condom. Enjoy yourself.
I have a kid, man. I don't use those things. What are you talking? I'm a married man. 1 second, belated Thomas. Yeah, I hope they take their time with stuff. What just happened? Playback error. Weird.
I don't know. Fly casual.
The musical note is making me sleeping good night. HelloGreedo.
Take it easy, Mr. Pete Channel. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. And get some sleep. I'm about to go to sleep as well. I'm getting tired. You probably can't hear it in my voice because I've been talking like this for about an hour. It's kind of crazy, man. whenever I talk like this and I'm trying to still be audible yet quiet, it's really, really straining on the voice. Like, my throat is super sore right now. I'm trying to kind of talk, I don't know, I'm trying to be audible enough for you guys to hear me, but at the same time almost whisper. I don't know. Hard to explain. But, yeah, everything Star Wars, I kind of hope they take their time and they're patient about it, because I don't want it to turn into Marvel, right? I'm not saying I would feel the same way, but maybe the general movie-going audience would. You know, because for me, I don't really get excited. I've never been that big into Marvel. You know, when I was growing up, I was into X-Men. That's as closest to the Marvel, just to the superheroes as I got for the most part. But growing up, I was more of a DC guy. I like Superman and Batman. I'm pretty simple. I'm pretty old school with my superheroes. But I'm kind of worried that Star Wars is going to take that route, where there's just going to be a lot of stuff, you know, and it's going to kind of lose its punch. It's lose its hype. It's lose its anticipation. It's I can't, you know, but.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Hi Greedo, I saw you like hashtag Final Space Fav episode.
Hey, Amanda Rosenblatt, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Now people are saying the music is too loud? Interesting. I wonder if it's got to have something to do with the device you're listening to it on, right? Because I listened to it on my speakers, and it sounded quiet as shit. And then I listened to it I'm talking about my last stream, and then I listened to it in my headset, and it was super loud. But I'm gonna get to these super chats, and then I'm gonna hop off, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, everything Star Wars. I hope they take their time. I hope they don't rush things. But so far, I've been enjoying it. You know, you don't have to like every single piece of Star Wars, right? There's a lot of Star Wars that I'm not a fan of, and there's a lot of Star Wars that I love.
This stream has been awesome. Thanks, bro Taco.
Jared Pearson, thank you so much for the support today, man. I really appreciate that. And if you're hopping off, have a good night. Have a good night. It's oh man, it's almost midnight tonight.
Fly casual.
I've been subbed for 6 years. It's been awesome.
Nice, SSP Scar. Appreciate it. All right, guys, give me 1 sec. Let me get let me hit these super chats. Belated Thomas, he says, use this to buy a condom. Enjoy yourself. How about instead of that, I will put it towards diapers. How about that? Thomas, I'm a married guy. I don't use those things. I'm a goddamn grown married man with a kid. Whispering on a microphone, looking at stars and listening to synthwave. All right, Mr. Pete channel needs 400 subs. The music is making me sleepy. Good night. HelloGreedo. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. It's kind of funny. Does the music make everybody here sleepy as well? For me, like, it makes me want to work. It makes me want to like work on stuff. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, Mr. Pete. And then Amanda Rosenblatt. Hi, Greedo. Saw you like Final Space. Favorite episode. I have only seen. Amanda. I think I've only seen the pilot episode. Golly, let me look. I can only think of, let's see, Final Space. All right, I'm looking at it. Season 1, Season 2. Season 1. Oh, 1 second.
Fly casual.
Hey Greedo, I'm having one of those I don't know anymore moments. Hushed face, hope it passes.
Oh. Psychotic, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support, man. Give me 1 sec. So, okay, Amanda, let's see. Chapter 1, Gary carries out the final day. Okay, I remember that. Take down the Ruthless. See, I don't think I ever saw... I think the only... well, I take that back. I recognize Chapter 6. Avocado receives a message from little Kato seeking rescue. I think I've seen him sporadically. But the one that sticks out the most in my brain is the pilot, the first episode. I loved the visual, just the way the show opened up. It was like at certain depth, floating out in the cosmos, and I thought it was such a... That's really what hooked me to that episode. It's kind of a shame, Amanda, that I didn't... Like, I think I started watching that show, or I saw the first episode when... Like, right around the time my wife was starting to kind of get close to being into labor. So... Or maybe she was already in labor. Or maybe she was already born. My daughter. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm just going to say the first episode because that's honestly the only one that I really can picture, because I think I've only seen, like, from start to finish, the first episode. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's a show called Final Space. I believe it's on TBS, right? I love the visual style. The main character is a little too wacky for me, but visually and as a animated sci-fi show, I think it knocks it out of the park. It's really fun, and that's somebody that's without a doubt seen the first episode, but and I know I've seen a couple others, but yeah. I also, around the same time, we started watching Rick and Morty, and then basically since my daughter was born, we'd never have the TV on in the bedroom, because usually when we're in the bedroom, my daughter's asleep next to us in her bassinet, and we just don't want to have it on to keep her awake. But yeah, as soon as my daughter's old enough to go into her own crib at night, which is probably coming up soon, we'll probably start watching more TV in bed and watching all these okay. Amanda says the main character progresses each episode to become less annoying. Trust me, it gets great. Okay. The first episode hooked me, and I say that, and then I never pursued it. But I'd love to go through it. I'm assuming it's still on late at night on TBS, but yeah, I appreciate the channel support, man. I actually, every single night, my wife and we would watch like an hour of Adult Swim, whether it be Family Guy or Rick and Morty or American Dad. Bob's Burgers was one of our favorites. And then one day we decided to flip over to TBS to see Final Space, and I enjoyed it. And then I feel like my daughter was born, and we haven't had the TV on since. We haven't watched Adult Swim since then. But I'll hop back into it for sure. And Jared Pearson, thank you so much for the support today, and thanks for tuning in tonight and earlier, man. This is the second time I've streamed today. This is fun. I love these streams, these Lightspeed Lounges. I'm going to have to do more of these for sure. And SSP Scar, I've been subbed for 6 years. It's been awesome. Nice, man. 6 years. I've been doing this for 7 years, and you've been subbed for 6 years. That blows my mind. That just completely blows my mind. I think about where I was 7 years ago, like just out of the Navy. I just feel like a different person. It's crazy. And it shows in my videos, right? People, I get messages all the time like, dude, I miss your old videos. Like, I miss old HelloGreedo. Okay. Well, that's not how people work, right? At least that's not how people are supposed to work. You're supposed to grow up a little bit. Trust me, I'm still the dummy I was back then, but I'm a little more measured, right? And psychotic. Hey Greedo, I'm having one of those I don't know anymore moments. Hope it passes. It should, but like I said, man, if you have any issues, you should talk to somebody, or find something that brings you joy. That's the only thing that matters in life, in my opinion. Friends, family, and fun. The 3 Fs. I should write a fucking book of the 3 Fs, right? Friends, family, and fun. I don't know. And depending on your life, prioritize those the way you want them, you know? Like, I think about my daughter, right? And I think about the fun that I had as a kid, like with my friends. We would go on these, my parents let me and my friends go on these epic road trips when I was 16 or 17 years old. We would drive up to Delaware from Jacksonville, Florida, with really no destination in mind other than a beach house that my friends' parents vaguely owned. And we would just go, and we had like $20 in our pocket, and we just fucking went. And in my head, I'm like, that's what I want my daughter to do, these fun times. You know what I mean? Because those are the times you remember. Just on a whim, just deciding to go and have fun with your friends. It's so important. It's so important. And like, I never want to hold my daughter back or my kids back from doing those memory-making moments, you know? Absolutely. But I appreciate the channel support, Psychotic. Keep pushing, keep kicking ass. Don't let anything get you bummed down. You know, obviously I don't know your situation, but yeah. But I appreciate the channel support, man. All right, guys, I gotta get going. It's late, super late. It's 11:42. Is this ASMR? No, I guess you can read it like that or listen to it like that. But this is a dude with a baby in the next room who's trying to shut the fuck up and not be too loud. But alright guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. If you tuned into my earlier stream, I appreciate that. And if you're just tuning into the Lightspeed Lounge for tonight, I appreciate that as well. But alright guys, let me run down the list. Psychotic, I'm gonna have to do this really quiet. My throat hurts, and I don't want to wake the daughter. Psychotic, thank you for the super chat donation and the channel support. SSP Scar, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Jared Pearson, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Amanda Rosenblatt, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. The Mr. Pete channel needs 400 subs. Thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Bladed Thomas, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Everything Star Wars, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Timothy Goodfella, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Luke Fredericks, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. Sully Hogg, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. I can barely talk. Eckert Slatter, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. And Star Wars Media, thank you for the super chat and the channel support. And cool, that's it for this evening. Nice. Alright guys, I really appreciate everybody tuning in. As always, be nice to one another, keep kicking ass, and I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
You're loud and clear.
Roger, we're programming and roll okay. A little bumpy along about here.
Roger. Stand by for 20 seconds.
Roger. We're smoothing out some now, getting out of the vibration area.
Roger, you're through Max Q. Flight path is...
Roger, feels good through Max Q and smoothing out real fine. Cabin pressure coming down by 7. Okay, flight very smooth now. Sky looking very dark outside.
All Roger, reading you loud and clear 7. Cape is go. We're standing by for you.
Roger, Cape is go and I am go. Our capsule is in good shape. Fuel 103, 102, oxygen 78,100. Cabin pressure holding steady at 5.8. Amps is 2.6. All systems are go. Indicating 6G. Roger, 0G, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous.
Roger, turnaround has started.
Roger, capsule turning around, and I could see the booster during turnaround just a couple of 100 yards behind me. It was beautiful.
Roger, 7. You have a go. At least 7 orbits.
Roger, understand go for at least 7